Hello and welcome to today's class. This practice will be focusing on the autumn equinox, which here in the Northern Hemisphere is September 22nd. And some of the themes associated with the equinox are balance between light and dark, also letting go, and gratitude for all that we've grown over the past year, the things that we are now beginning to harvest, whether that's actual fruits and vegetables or other projects that we were working on this year. So we'll begin seated, and if you'd like something to sit on, you can grab that. Also, if you want blocks, you can grab your blocks. Something to balance with. We have one balance pose. And then a blanket if you need a blanket for under your knees. So go ahead and grab any of those props if they sound good to you. And then come find a comfortable seat. We'll begin with alternate nostril breathing. If your nose is stuffed right now, then just breathe the best you can and don't worry about alternate nostril breathing. If your nose is clear, then the basic idea is that we are balancing the feminine and masculine energy. The left side of the body is associated with feminine, the right side with masculine. You've probably heard yin and yang. So we want to, we're going to breathe in, out and in from the left and out and in from the right. So to start, we'll just close off the right nostril and take a deep inhale. Actually, before you close off anything, just take a deep inhale. Close off the right and exhale left. Inhale left. Close it off. Exhale right. Inhale right. Close that side. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale right. Exhale left. And continue at your own pace. You're just exhaling and inhaling one side, and then exhaling and inhaling on the other. And your eyes can stay opened or closed. Just a few more rounds. Exhaling and then inhaling. Side to side. And the next time you come to the left side, just exhale and inhale. And then let your hand come to your lap. And notice how you feel. This is a wonderful practice to do for a longer time, for 10 or 15 minutes before bed, or any time that you need to feel more calm and soothed. So we're going to move to tabletop position, to hands and knees. If you're sitting on something, you can move it off to the side. And we'll begin with a cat-cow. Inhaling, arch and look up. Exhale, head and tail down. Inhale. And exhale. If you want to do any other motion as you inhale and arch and exhale and curve, such as move to the side, making circles, feel free to add anything like that in, or you can just stay with the classic inhale, arch, and exhale, curve. We'll do a few more. Inhale, exhale, and last time, inhale, and exhale, curve, push away. Good, coming back to neutral, and we'll move into a child's pose with our knees wide and big toes touching, sinking the hips toward the heels, stretching the arms out, and then the forehead can come to the floor or a block. As we move into these transitional times of year, such as the equinox, our bodies can sense the change that's happening, and change is good and change is normal and natural. But we also want to support ourselves with a lot of grounding practices, such as this pose. And then come back up. And we're going to do gate pose now. So if you need something under your knees, you can do that. And then facing the wide part of your mat, we will bring one leg out to the side. Toes are pointing forward. And the body is upright. And then you can rest your hand on your leg that's extended. And the other arm can come up and curve over. You might feel a little bit of an opening on the inside of your leg, inside of your thigh. Good. And then from here, put your hand down on the floor and bring this arm up and over. And always, if you have any issues with your shoulders, you can always try sweeping your arm forward, and that may feel better in your shoulder. All right, now come back up. So we'll do this 2 more times. Up and over, and again, you could also sweep forward, up and over like that. And then put this arm down, up and over. And last time, up and over. And then set that hand down and stretch out this side. Excellent. We'll come back to all fours. And from here, let's curl the toes and lift the hips up to downward facing dog. And you can pedal your feet out, bending and straightening your knees, lifting your hips up and back in space. Always feel free to keep your knees as bent as you need to in downward facing dog. There's no need to force anything. And if you've been sitting for a while, if you're just feeling stiff in general, we want to just warm up gently and not force our bodies to do anything. So just listen to yourself as you're here in downward facing dog, getting a good stretch in the back line of the body. Let's take one more inhale together. Exhale it out through the mouth. And then inhale, and we will walk forward. Get there the best you can. Come halfway lift. Your hands can rest on your shins or a block or 2. And then fold. Head toward the floor. We don't ever want to have dangling hands, so your hands can rest on a block, especially if your hamstrings are tight. Always feel free to bend those knees. You may want to sway your hips side to side, loosen things up a little more. Good. And then from here, push your feet into the floor as you stand all the way up. You can roll up or just do a classic stand. Come on up, hands to heart. We're going to do a couple of sun salutations. So feet can be hip width apart. And we'll inhale, arms come up. And then exhale, fold down, touching your blocks or the floor. Inhale, half lift, and then exhale, step it back to plank. Let's warm up. If you can put your knees down, but if you can keep your knees off the floor, and we'll do 10 seconds here. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then setting the knees down and lowering down. Also, if you like a classic chaturanga, then you can do that. And then roll up on the inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. Come to your knees and lift up to down dog. Take one more inhale. Exhale it out. And on your next inhale, we'll walk forward, come halfway lifting, and exhale, fold. Inhale, standing all the way up, hands overhead, and then hands to heart. Okay, let's do one more of those on this side. Inhale, arms up, exhale, fold, hands to blocks or the floor. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, stepping back, holding the plank if you can, or else putting your knees down. 9, 8, 7, a little softness in your elbows. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees and body lower down, rolling up to cobra or upward facing, and then come to down dog. Inhale and exhale. One more inhale, exhale it out, and then on your next inhale, walking forward, half lift, and then fold. Inhale, standing all the way up, and hands to heart. From here, let's step the left foot back and come into warrior one. This is a grounding pose. Strong, rooting your feet down into the mat, into the ground. And then we will open up into warrior two, lining up the hips and the shoulders. Reverse warrior. And extended side angle with the elbow to the knee or toward the knee, and back arm alongside the ears. Coming back up to warrior two. And now let your toes turn out, sinking your hips down. Let's come into goddess pose. And so knees and toes are going in the same direction. Knees are bent. And hands can come to your heart in prayer. They can rest on your thighs. You can come up like this, Gyan Mudra. Allow this goddess pose to be one where you offer some thanks for what's happened in your life this year, for what you're harvesting, whether it be in your garden or in your life in different ways. Good. And from here, let's turn out into warrior two on the other side. So we're gonna be moving toward the bottom of the mat. Warrior two, reverse warrior, palm up, back arm down, and then extended side angle. Let that stretch feel good. Back to warrior two. And then the back foot, we'll move it into warrior one. Crescent is always an option where you can point both knees forward and lift your back heel if warrior one feels weird in your knee. And then step forward. So now we're facing the bottom of our mat. Hands at your sides in mountain. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, fold. So we're going to do a couple of Sun Salutations in this, facing this direction. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back. We'll just put the knees down right away, or you can go into Chaturanga if that's your practice. Lower down to the earth, roll up to Cobra or upward facing, and then come up to down dog. Stay here for a breath. Exhale it out. Inhale, walk the feet forward, come to half lift and fold. Inhale, standing all the way up, arms overhead and hands to heart. Great work. We'll do one more of those. Inhale up with the arms. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Knees down and body lowers down. Inhale, Cobra or upward facing dog. And then lift up to down dog. Inhale, exhale. On your next inhale, walk it forward, come to half lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, standing up, arms overhead, and hands to heart. Now, we will take the right foot back into Warrior One. Arms come up overhead. So stay here for a breath or two. Let's get strong. And also, let's feel some rootedness, some groundedness through the bottoms of your feet. Let them press down into your mat, ultimately into the earth. Let's open up to Warrior Two. Fingertips stretching out on either side of you. Hips and shoulders lined up. Belly pulled in. And knee over or behind your ankle. Now we'll reverse the warrior, palm up in the front, and get a good side stretch there. And then extended side angle, leaning forward on your thigh. Come back to Warrior Two. And then let's turn into Goddess again, one more time. One more moment of gratitude for the abundance in your life. There are always places where there is abundance. So look for those and offer thank you, offer a thanks for that moment of gratitude. And now we're going to switch into Warrior Two, facing the front of our mat. Reverse warrior. And extended side angle. Back to Warrior Two. And then the back foot will move into Warrior One, arms up alongside the ears. From here, stand up to the top of the mat. Let's take a breath in mountain pose. Inhale, exhale. Good. We're going to come down onto, actually we're going to do our tree pose. We have one more standing pose. So if you need something to hold on to, you can do that. And then however you like to do tree pose, you can tent your foot like this. You can have it on your leg, either above or below your knee, whatever you like. And then just play with the balance. Here's a chance to balance again, the concept of balance and the feeling of balance, rooting down through your foot like a tree has roots. Pulling in through your belly, lifting up through the top of your head, and then your arms can extend, they can stay in prayer, however you'd like your arms to be. And it's okay if you wobble. We're practicing. One more breath. Exhale. Set that foot down. Maybe give the standing foot a little shake. And here we go onto the other side, rooting down through the foot. Gathering up your core, pulling everything in. And allow it to be playful, like a tree floating, tree's branches floating in the breeze, leaves floating. It's okay, like if you come out of it. Good. All right, from here we're going down onto our backs. Let's pull the knees in together. Just have a couple of stretches before Shavasana. So pull your knees in toward your chest, wide or closer together. And then from here, set one foot down on the floor. Knee can be bent, other foot comes across, the ankle resting on your thigh for figure four. The knee opens, top knee opens to the side, grabbing hold of your bottom thigh if you want. Make sure your top foot is flexed with your toes up. Protect your knee joint. You can rock or you can be still. And let's switch sides. Other foot comes across, grabbing hold of that bottom thigh if you want. Toes up. Let it feel good. And from here, placing both feet down on the floor, shifting your hips over to the right, and then the knees fall toward the left. They don't have to go onto the floor. Wherever they land is fine. Arms can go out on either side of you. It can be goalpost arms or straight out. Doing our best to keep our shoulders on the floor. If that doesn't work, that's okay. We don't want any crunching in the spine. We just want it to feel good. And then pulling in the core as you come back to center with the hips. And then shift the hips to the left. Knees fall to the right. And back to center. And we'll take a couple minutes in resting pose and Shavasana. So just get comfortable in whatever your favorite resting pose is. Palms can be up or down. And if you need to get going, you can blink your eyes open. If they were closed, you can wiggle your fingers and toes and take a stretch. And then gently roll over to one side and make your way up to sit. So noticing how you feel right now. And as we close, may you take this time, this feeling of peace into the rest of your day, this feeling of balance. And thank you so much for practicing. Thanks for taking the time for yourself today. And have a happy equinox, and I will see you again soon. Thanks so much.